Hello everybody, Stockmaster Talk here doing a stock chart video analysis of STAF, that's the Staffing 360 Solutions Incorporated. We saw a previous close of $1.90 and we closed up last at $1.90 as well. That was a 0% difference on the day with a volume of 1,250 shares. STAF has had some pretty big updates lately and very frequent updates as well, and you can really see that starting to play out and come together on our indicators here. We're seeing a lot of bullish movements, some good crossovers coming soon, and all in all, STAF looking like we could see some big movement over the next couple days, weeks, and months ahead. So let's get started. The 14-day RSI is at 48.98. This is a good place to be. We're just about ready to cross over into that bullish buy zone. Crossing above that 50 is ideally what we want. Trading between the 70 and the 50 is always a good thing to see. I also do like how this this indicator has been trending up here for the last couple of days, possibly a week or two, and that's always a good thing to see. Moving on down here to our daily charts, you can see it's been reflected the same in our PPS. We saw this really big low here about $1.45, made a recovery off of that nice and swift, saw some support right around 1.65, bounced off that, continued climbing up. We finally came back within our Bollinger Bands, which are coming together, making a tight channel. All of our moving averages are also coming together, making a tight channel, and our 200-day moving average is acting as our resistance right now at $1.92. Once we cross over that, once we really break out of these tight channels that we're seeing right here, we should see this bounce up big and strong. Once we clear out of this 200-day moving average, the 50-day moving average is going to be really easy to break, considering it's so close to that previous one. So right around here is going to be our little resistance zone, but once we break out of those fairly easily, there's not really much holding us back until about $2, and even after that, it's not very strong. So if we move past that $2, we can see it move all the way up to $2.15, $2.20 without much of a problem. We do have some more bullish indicators here as well. The parabolic SAR, these little red dots, are underneath our candlesticks. That's considered a bullish indicator. Make sure you notice that. Volume was a little low today, but not to worry. I think this is looking pretty well, especially once you see how accumulation has been playing. Slow volume isn't necessarily a bad thing, seeing it's coming in nice and trickling in nice and slow, and seeing the accumulation on the rise. I like that very much. It's showing, building a strong base and bringing in the good, strong investors into our play here. So the volume does not concern me at all. We have been moving pretty well. Not to mention this is nearly a $2 stock, so it's not going to move nearly as big as some of those other ones that we talk about. MACD lines looking good, are above our signal line right now. We saw this slowly taking place. Hope you caught this. We did have our histograms coming up closer to the zero line there. You saw that coming. If you bought then, you're in great shape, because that's when we started to make our recovery. Cross over that signal line, good thing to see. Moving up towards that zero line, let's see a cross over that any time now. Now my favorite chart here, the 15-day tricks, is looking very good as well. Not only did we see a change in direction, that's also a bullish indicator letting us know that we're going to see a move up on our PPS there, which we did see. It's also about ready to cross over the signal line. So we may have already noticed that when we changed directions right here, you can see that we had that big move on our price up here. So we can see that this really does work. You can verify it with a couple of the past here as well. Crossing over that signal line is going to be a strong bullish indicator. Love to see that happen. We're not too far away from the zero. Should see that happen pretty soon as well. Now the 30-day tricks is also looking pretty good if you're more of a long-term trader. We're not too far away from our signal line, and it is starting to slow down. You could see a change in direction in this any time now. This is a little bit slower of an indicator since it is a longer-term one. It's 30 days. We're going to see this slowly start to take shape over the coming days, and as STAF starts to really build up and get a little bit stronger here. Slow stochastics looking good, 82.83. We're just crossed above that 80. That puts us in a strong bullish region. Really like where that's going as well. CCI looking good. Very good here. We're at 15.82. Saw a big recovery. We were bottomed out, made a strong recovery there, crossed over that center line, and we're still looking strong here. So keep your eyes on that. If you come down here to our stochastic RSI, you can see that we are looking very good here as well. Now we do have a 14-day moving average here to help balance out the stochastic itself. The 14-day stochastic RSI is very volatile. It moves around a lot, so we need something to balance that out and really give us, help us judge how this is moving here. So this 14-day moving average is at 0.65, and just like our RSI up at the top, we want to trade between that 0.8 and 0.5. It's a strong bullish region to be in. We are still gaining strength, which is a good thing to see, and we're in that prime location. So the stochastic RSI is looking very bullish here. Checking money flow, looking great. You can see that we are above the zero. That's letting us know we're trading in a very strong market. ADX line, not too bad. You can see that we are starting to come together. That negative DI and the positive DI are starting to pinch together there. That's going to let us see a really big, once those cross over, we're going to see that that uptrend start to form here. So ADX line itself is at 36.54. Love to see those DIs cross over. Like I said, that's really going to signal that big uptrend for us. PVO looking not too bad. We are right there with our signal line. these have been crossing, making big movements pretty swiftly here, so we'll have to see this bounce off. That would be a great thing to see. Crossing over that signal line would be great, but it's not too crucial considering of all the other indicators as well. It's one of those give and take things where you take a look at your PVO. It's not looking bad. We should see a recovery pretty soon here, but in comparison with all of our other ones, the PVO doesn't scare me away too much. The 14-day moving average at 47.07. I really like this one as well. We came down, bounced off that 20, gave us some strong support. We're starting to move back up again. We're at 47.07, like I said, just about ready to cross over that 50. Much like everything else here, we're seeing this start to recover and gain some strength. We're on that big upturn, that big bounce move, so we should see a crossover soon. And lastly, but most certainly not least, accumulation distribution is looking great. You can see that we were down here. We saw this big decline, got rid of all those weak sellers, all those guys that really didn't care what they were doing. We got down here to our bottom, and we started to fill back up again. We got some strong support, a strong base building here. We got that great foundation that's helping us carry on and carry this stock up to new heights here. So with this on the rise, and with all of our other indicators looking very strong and bullish and making some big crossovers and big gains, STAF is really looking very promising in my opinion. So on top of all these technical indicators, if you've noticed over here on our recent news, you can see that STAF Solutions increased their credit limit here pretty recently. I can't move this over for you, but I'll just give you a little brief rundown. They are very pleased to announce on their growing relationship with Wells Fargo, said Brennan Floyd, the executive chairman of Staffing 360 Solutions. He said this expanded credit facility enhances Staffing 360's financial flexibility and supports our internal operations. This is something that came out just hours before releasing this video. I thought you guys should see it, and this came out after market close, so this isn't going to be reflected until tomorrow morning. I want you all to take a very close look at this one. It's looking very good in my opinion. And thank you guys for watching. If you have any questions or comments, please do them in the comment section below. We'd love to take a look at them. And as always, subscribe to the YouTube channel, and best of luck in the markets tomorrow. Thank you.